What had happened was,
So how did you think spitting on an officer was going to
Well,
alleviate the situation?
welcome to what had happened was.
When we take a peek into actual court cases and give you commentary based on our unique perspective and experiences, and also give you informational tips and tricks to help you avoid a what had happened situation.
Before we get started, give us a thumbs up, a tasteful comment, subscribe to the channel to be notified of every video as they come out.
Has child protective services ever been involved in your life?
once in 2012.
And why were they involved?
Because I had came out dirty with marijuana from secondhand smoke from my daughter,
Which
Wait.
daughter?
Ashley.
And how old is she?
She's 11.
So you're saying your 11-year-old was smoking marijuana?
No.
Now the judge is like, you never had a child services case?
I think
And
she would
she's
be
like,
shocked
yeah,
at
I
that
did
answer.
have a child services
And she's
case.
not surprised
And this
either.
one I had one. And she's like, oh, because my daughter tested positive for marijuana. She's like, what?
So now,
Your daughter was smoking marijuana? How old is she? And she's like, 11.
11.
And she's like, your daughter was smoking marijuana?
No.
She's like, no, the second had smoke. What?
She's still not clear.
She's not clear. She's back again on.
So once again, the goalpost keeps changing. That goal keeps pushing further away.
Like, what happened? And the judge is sitting there blinking like, what?
I'm not saying that.
Oh, you're saying she was born
Yeah.
testing positive for marijuana?
Yes, ma'am.
I was like, wait, okay, because I was like
See, that makes sense
2012.
now. Yeah.
I was like 2012. And she said she was 11. So what she like 20 something now? Like, what?
No,
I was confused.
Because she was trying to say her date of birth was 2012, which makes her 11 years old. And now, what had happened was the reason for CPS being in her life at that time was because she gave birth to a child who tested positive for drugs in the system. Because if the mother has drugs in her system at the time of birth, it will be passed on to the baby through the blood.
And then you know what too? They pay attention when you give birth and you kind of act like you're not really being bothered and all that. They really start giving you the stink eye.
Yeah.
And they look at the baby and they do all that because when they take those babies they run all type of tests on them to make sure
Constantly.
to do everything's all right.
But I did my parenting classes, and then whatever else they needed, I passed it.
All right. And are your parents involved in your life at all?
My mom kind of, but my dad, he's in a hospital in critical condition. Like he passed away, but they revived him. So right now he's still in the hospital.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else I need to know about you that I have not asked?
No, ma'am.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. There's a $200 fine that will be probated. Anger management. $100 of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes.
Yes, ma'am.
When's the last time you used drugs?
Well, I had ended up relapsing when I found out about my dad. It was like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks. And what did you use?
I used meth.
Okay.
Meth.
You know that's not good to use meth and you're pregnant.
Yes, I know. And that was my biggest mistake. And I'm not doing that no more.
I don't know what's scarier, the fact that she's taking crystal meth while she's pregnant, or the fact that she's in a yellow jumpsuit saying she's taking crystal meth and she's pregnant. Because based on what I'm seeing, she's coming from the jail. I don't know how long she's been in jail, but I'm getting the impression that she was in jail at the time that she got this crystal meth. I hope not.
I hope not, because that is just like a cheat. And you know, and she said she's 31, and she said her son is 17. So she had him when she was like 14. And when she tested positive in 2012 with the 11-year-old.
Yeah.
She was 20.
Yeah.
So, and now she said her father's sick.
Yeah, he's in critical. This story went from bad to worse and now really sad.
All right, I'm gonna order a referral to felony drug court and TAP evaluation. That's gonna be in custody. You need to let felony drug court know that you have a drug problem and you need to be in their program. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if felony drug court doesn't accept her, follow all TAP recommendations. If TAP recommends inpatient treatment, then she's going into inpatient treatment. There's going to be proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors until you're in treatment. There's going to be
Make sure.
90 sober meetings in 90 days. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Random regular UAs. Field visits. One time per month until further notice. Probation, is there anything else? If she completes parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. But you must complete parenting classes. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a question about anything?
I don't need any treatment like for drugs. Like I could show you that I don't need treatment.
Okay, let me just tell you why I think you need treatment for drugs. And I'm going to ask you some questions, right? And I'm not.
So she's not realizing what she said. She told the judge that 11 years ago, she tested positive for marijuana.
Yes, she did.
When she had the little girl.
By her own admission.
By her own admission. At 20.
Yep.
She had a baby when she was 14. Right? Mm-hmm. So she had a baby when she was 14 and she had another one when she was 20. I don't know what else she did in between. But now she's pregnant again with this now baby that she's carrying right now. She's pregnant and she smoked crystal meth.
Yeah, that's the issue. She's smoking crystal meth
and she's pregnant.
While pregnant, and she's saying she does not need drug treatment. Now I don't know if what other way to say of irony to add to that.
But you know why? Irony. You know why she don't want to go to drug treatment? Because drug treatment in a lot of the states, they do day for day. So if you get a year, it's 365 days. It's not a third of like some
like
people
jail. Like in other words, you do 10 months. That's considered a year in jail.
Yeah, and some jails because it's considered if you do a year, it's 1 for 3 or something like that. They give you good time and things get no, it's day for day. So that's why she don't want to do it, because if she sentenced her to a year, she know that she's not coming out for minimally 365 days. And we're in a leap year.
I'm not trying to trap you. I just want to ask you some questions.
Now, you see, the judge asked her several questions. And when she asked her the questions, she's like, I'm going to tell you why you need to be in drug treatment. And you just answer these questions. This is not to trap you or anything, but this is like, let's think about this logically. Do you love your baby? Yeah. Why did you use? So if you love this baby that you're carrying, why did you use? Because your need for the drug was greater than your love for the baby right now. Exactly. And so they need to help you to deal with that. You need help dealing with that, because it's obvious that you have in a situation that is making you go to a different drug, because once again, 11 years ago, you tested positive for marijuana, which in the scheme of things now, what people consider, people don't consider that to be a big deal. But your baby tested positive too. That says that while you was carrying your child, you were smoking marijuana. So you already have a history of you using drugs while being pregnant. Which is a gateway drug, which means this is a drug you first start off with, then you go into harder things. As we see, she's proven the theory. She tested positive 11 years ago for marijuana.
Now she tested positive for crystal meth. So,
And now she's 31. And now this baby, we don't know what's going on with this baby as a
all the
result of her using the drug.
psychological,
Or what physical
emotional
dramas, what's going
problems,
on.
the withdrawal it might go through, what's going. All these things are factors.
And she already has a child that she says is special needs.
And
So
she says she don't think she needs it. So Judge Boyd gave a simple,
she just
flawless
sat there. Yeah.
logic.
So when you use meth, did you know you were pregnant?
Yes,
Do you love your unborn child?
yes,
So what you did was you chose drugs over the health of your unborn child. That tells me that you have a drug problem, because otherwise, you know what you would have said? I really want to use, but I'm choosing my baby over drugs. You chose drugs over your child, which says you have a drug problem, or either you don't love your child.
right.
So that's why. Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Now, you see, the judge asked her several questions. And when she asked her the questions, she's like, I'm going to tell you why you need to be in drug treatment. And you just answer these questions. This is not to trap you or anything, but this is like, let's think about this logically. Do you love your baby? Yeah. Why did you use? So if you love this baby that you're carrying, why did you use? Because your need for the drug was greater than your love for the baby right now.
Exactly.
And so they need to help you to deal with that. You need help dealing with that, because it's obvious that you have in a situation that is making you go to a different drug. Because once again, 11 years ago, you tested positive for marijuana, which in the scheme of things now, what people consider, people don't consider that to be a big deal. But your baby tested positive too. That says that while you was carrying your child, you were smoking marijuana. So you already have a history of you using drugs while being pregnant.
Which is a gateway drug, which means this is a drug you first start off with, then you go into harder things. As we see, she's proven the theory. She tested positive 11 years ago for marijuana. Now she tested positive for crystal meth. So,
And now she's 31. And now this baby, we don't know what's going on with this baby as a
all the
result of her using the drug.
psychological,
Or what physical
emotional
dramas, what's going
problems,
on.
the withdrawal it might go through, what's going. All these things are factors.
And she already has a child that she says is special needs.
And
So
she says she don't think she needs it. So Judge Boyd gave a simple,
she just
flawless
sat there. Yeah.
logic.
We're going to go off the record. In this court, in order to be successful at probation, communication is key. If you feel like there's an issue you have, let probation know. If you feel like they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. Do you understand?
Yeah, okay. Yes,
And it would probably be in your best interest to be in felony drug court. Felony drug court is a hard program, but at least that's somebody that you can pick up the phone and call 24/7 if you're thinking about using. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you need anything else from the court?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Judge, may
Yes.
I address something?
Yes.
How long does it usually take for drug court to interview them?
Well, because we're at the end of the week, she'll probably be interviewed next week. They're quicker than the TAP evaluation.
I told her she was going to get out today, that you would likely follow the plea bargain. Her father's on life support.
She thought she was getting out today.
Yeah.
And the judge was like, I don't know why you thought you was getting out today. I don't know why you thought you was getting out today. And she's like, oh, because she's like saying because her father's sick. But the judge is like, I understand your father's sick. I'm trying to get you into a treatment program because you said you used because your father was sick. So and now what if the man passes? I'm thinking about you leaving the courtroom and going to use something because you got all this quote unquote stress on you and you're pregnant. And I got to think about later on this child coming into the courtroom with whatever problems it's got going on. And I let you just go? Not going to happen. Not on Judge Boyd's watch.
She's,
know how
I'm
much-
sorry, I understand that, but you're not getting out today. I will, if there's no objection from you, counsel, I'll send an email to felony drug court to see if perhaps they can squeeze her in
That would be
sooner than
great.
next week. I'll do that.
That would be great.
Okay. All right, so I'll send that now.
would you consider lowering the supervisory fees to the minimum?
No, because I've already probated the fine. What are the court costs in this, please? It's a third degree. And it's harassment of a public servant.
450.
All right. We're back on the record. The court costs in this case are $450. Will you be able to pay that in installments or no?
And installments, yes.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm sending the email now to felony drug courts. Again, be 100% honest with them, and I'm sure they will accept you in their program. And then when you talk to them, and I'm gonna put in the email that your father is in the hospital and that you would like to be able to see them, so they'll rush things.
So here we have a series of unfortunate events, and we do have a really good outcome because she is gonna get released, but she just has to do treatment, and she does get to see this. But unfortunately, she's not realizing that she made all these choices, and she wound up because of all these choices. And drugs are behind most of the choices that she's been making, and when it's all laid out on the table for her, hopefully she can see and she can move on and do better.
Hopefully.
Because she's got a new baby on the way.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. I'm sending it right
Thank you,
now.
Judge.
You're welcome.
May we be excused?
Yes. Okay, sure. Oh, I think probation may need to talk to her. Okay.
Thanks for watching.
And also give us a thumbs up, like, comment, share. Subscribe to the channel and you'll be notified of every video as they come up. And get that algorithm going and help us build this channel in 2024.
And make sure that you don't wind up in a what had happened situation.